Hello, my love. Pop the kettle on the floor. In case we get a surprise visit from the gasman, will you? Today, your dear old Nana's going to explain something very close to this country's heart and its armpits. Quite frankly, the London Underground, or as we Londoners call it, the Tube. Buckle up, pet, as the jam said. We're going underground. Going underground well. If the brass bands play and feet start to pound. Now, the Tube isn't just a train, it's a rite of passage. Your first solo trip. Your first missed stop. Your first awkward eye contact with a stranger pretending not to see you. It's loud. It's fast. And it smells vaguely of metal and urine. But oh, it's brilliant. I remember taking the Bakerloo line when it still looked like something out of a coal mine. These days, you young'uns have air conditioning, electronic maps, and goodness knows what else. Back then, we just had our elbows and the power of hope. Now, the Tube is older than me, and that's saying something. It first opened in 1863. That's Victorian times, darling. The first line was the Metropolitan, and it was steam-power.steam. Imagine trying to breathe underground while a kettle the size of a bus huffs past. People thought it was a ridiculous idea at first. Tunnels under London, full of smoke and soot, but they did it anyway, and it worked. The streets were so clogged with horse-drawn carriages, dung, Oliver Twist, and pickpockets. They needed something clever. More lines came after that. And I don't mean cocaine. Northern, Central, Piccadilly. They kept digging and building and linking up. By the time I was born, most of it was there. During the war, we used it as shelter from the terrible bombings. I was just a girl then, cuddling a gas mask bigger than my head. We'd sleep on the platforms while bombs fell above us. There was singing, snoring, and sandwiches. Not a single working loo, mind you. But somehow we got through it, and by that I mean human feces. Now let's talk about style, darling. The Tube has that lovely roundel, the red circle with the blue bar and maps that look like spider webs, drawn by an architect with a hangover. But they work. Harry Beck, clever lad, made that map in the 1930s. It's not geographically accurate, but who cares? It tells you where to go, even if it lies a bit. And oh, the escalators. There are hundreds. I once tripped on one at Green Park and ended up in what felt like Glasgow. Now, Tube etiquette. Listen closely. Pet, no eye contact, ever. If you see someone you know, pretend you didn't. If someone plays music out loud, you may glare silently but never speak. And for heaven's sake, stand on the right, walk on the left. I once saw a lad block the escalator. Nearly caused a riot. Oh, and always let people off first. I don't care how much of a rush you're in. You wait. Nana says so. There are 270 stations you know. Some of them are beautiful like Westminster, with all that shiny steel, and some are, well, let's just say functional. But they all have stories. Did you know there's a whole bunch of abandoned stations? Ghost stations, they call them, all the way down street. Spooky little time capsules. I wouldn't go down there without a strong cup of tea and a priest. These days, it is all contactless and Oyster cards and apps telling you when the next train is coming. Back in my day, you had paper tickets, little orange ones, with that satisfying click-click from the machine. Lost count of how many I've dropped through a grate. Some trains even have Wi-Fi now. Not that I understand it. I thought buffering was a shampoo at first. You meet all sorts on the tube. Tourists staring at maps upside down, suits tapping furiously on laptops, old fellas falling asleep and missing their stop by 3 zones. Once, I sat next to a man dressed as a banana. Didn't ask, and do you know what's lovely? Sometimes people help. A young girl once gave me her seat on the Jubilee line. I nearly wept. Then I remembered I'd only gone 1 stop and felt too guilty to sit. Love it or loathe it, the tube is what keeps London moving. It's a big steel trouser snake that coils under the city, carrying millions of stories every single day. It's not perfect. Delays, strikes, that weird smell at Euston, but it's ours. A bit of organized chaos, just like this country. So there you have it, my little love. The London Underground, going underground, going underground. Well, let the boys all sing, and let the boys all shout for tomorrow from someone who's ridden it in heels, in slippers, and once with half a custard tart in her handbag. Next time you hop on the tube, spare a thought for all the lives it's carried, and remember to mind the gap. Always mind the gap. I've been Nana. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And would you like a Werther's original? The distant echo of faraway voices boarding faraway trains to take them home to the ones that they love and who love them forever. The glazed, dirty steps repeat my own and reflect my thoughts. Cold and uninviting, partially naked, except for toffee wrappers and this morning's paper. Mr. Jones got run down. Headlines of death and sorrow. They tell of tomorrow. Madmen on the rampage. And I'm down in the tube station at midnight. And I'm down in the tube station at midnight. I said I was down in the tube station at midnight. And I'm down in the tube station at midnight.